So hello friends, welcome to my channel Jobonimus, and in today's video we are going to discuss about Amazon's interview round 2 which it takes for many of its positions, which is the Amazon aptitude test. So in this video I am going to cover sample test for Amazon aptitude. So be there in this video till the end and watch this video very carefully, because here I'll also be showing you some of the tricks that you can use in these questions to solve them correctly and quickly. And in case you have landed new to my channel, consider subscribing it, because I make videos on job opportunities and interview preparation. So let's start today's video with the first thing about the Amazon aptitude test. So Amazon aptitude test usually consists of 20 questions that you have to do in 30 minutes, and basically it contains three types of questions. One is called numerical reasoning or quant or maths, which are formula based questions based on mathematical topics. Second is logical reasoning, where you have to logically deduce the answer of the question. And third is the verbal reasoning part. So in this video I have covered a mock test which contains all these types of questions. So let's start with the first question, which is this one. So friends, what you can do is you can just look at the question, pause the video, solve it, and then move the video forward. So by this way you will know if you have got the answer correct or not. And please do comment your score out of 20 in the comments box. It will let me know how much you can score. So let's start with this question, which is which of the following fraction is the largest. So you are given four options: 5 by 6, 17 by 20, 13 by 15, or 11 by 12. So you have to answer which one is the largest in value. So see this, the largest one is 11 by 12. So friends, now I will show you a short trick which you can use to solve this question. See, most of you, what you will do is you will calculate the value of this fraction, like 5 by 6 will come out to be 0.8 something, but that will consume a lot of time. In spite of that, what you can do is you find the LCM of the denominators of all these. So the LCM will come out to be 60, because 60 is divisible by all four of them. So what you can do is you can multiply the denominator, this 6 multiplied by 10. So 10 by 10 is 1 only. So if you multiply this fraction by 1, it will not make any difference to its values, but your denominator will be same for all. So if you do this, you will get 50 by 60. Next one, to make it 60, you multiply by 3 by 3. So it will come out to be 51 by 60. Similarly 4 by 4 and 5 by 5. So now you have got the denominator same for all these things. Now you can easily see whose numerator is the highest. So this one is the highest. So that means this is the highest value. So you can use this trick to solve this question. So friends, if you find this trick useful, please like this video, because it takes me a lot of effort, and in the remaining video also I will show you some tricks like these. So do not skip this video and watch this video till the end. So now we move on to the next question, which is if p equal to x percent of y and q equal to y percent of x, then which of the following is true? Relationship between p and q cannot be determined. If x is smaller than y, then p is smaller than q. P is always smaller than q. P is always greater than q, or none of these. So friends, what most of the people do is they assume some value of x and y and then answer it. But this is pretty simple question. The answer here is none of these. This is because if you just write this equation, p is x percent of y, so it means p is equal to x by 100 into y, xy by 100, and q is y percent of x, which is xy by 100 again. So p will always be equal to q. So by this way, by making an equation, you can solve this. Next, 4 pumps working 6 hours a day can empty a tank in 2 days. How many hours a day must 6 pumps work to empty the tank in 1 day? So for this question, the right answer is 8. So you can easily find this by using this equation. So 4 pumps are working 6 hours a day and for 2 days. So total time to empty tank is 4 pumps multiplied by 6 hours multiplied by 2 days. So 48 hours. So the same pipe will empty in 48 hours only. So next 6 into number of hours per day multiplied by 1 day should be equal to 48. So by that way you can find that 6 pumps will have to work for 8 hours per day to make 48 hours, which will empty the tank. So 8 is the answer. A motorboat whose speed is 15 km per hour in still water goes 30 km downstream and comes back in a total of 4 hours and 30 minutes. The speed of the stream is. So here this is a river related question. So river flows downstream. So there is a speed of stream. That speed of stream you have to find with this equation. So the right answer is 5. So you can use simple speed equal to distance upon time formula for this. So assume that this is the stream of the river and its flowing velocity downstream is x. So when the boat is traveling downstream, its speed will be 15 plus x km per hour. And when boat is traveling upstream against the stream, then it will be 15 minus x. So you use this equation, speed equal to distance upon time. Total time taken is 4 hours 30 minutes. So you can assume that going down time is t and going up time is 4.5 minus t. So that way total time will be 4.5 hours, and then solve this equation to get the value of stream, which is 5 km per hour. So next is the difference between a two-digit number and the number obtained by interchanging the positions of its digits is 36. How many such pairs are possible? So here you can solve this question. So the correct answer is 5. So now many people, what they will do is they will think of certain numbers, uh, two-digit numbers, who when they interchange the difference comes out to be 36, like 15 and 51. So similar to that, some more numbers are there, but this is not the right approach. Instead of that, you should use this equation. So assume that two-digit number is xy. So how you can write this number? 10 times x plus y. This is because if I suppose number is 15, so 1 5. So 10 into 1 plus 5 come out to be 15. So this is how you can write this equation. And the number found by interchanging is yx. So that you can write as 10y plus x. So what they have given is that their difference, this minus this equal to 36. So you will get x minus y equal to 4. So whenever x minus y equal to 4, you will get this 36 as the difference. So you can find the sets like 5 and 1. So if x is 5 and y is 1, so 51 and 15, their difference will be 36. Similarly 6 and 2, 7 and 3, 8 and 4, 9 and 5. So these 5 sets you can find. Next question, if selling price is double, the profit triples. Find the profit percentage. So the correct answer here is 100%. So again you can clearly use an equation here. So this equation you must be aware of, profit equal to selling price minus cost price divided by cost price multiplied by 100. This is the profit percentage. So now you can easily make the equation. You can assume selling price as y, cost price as x. So y minus x by s equal to p. But in the second equation, when selling price is doubled, so this becomes 2y, the profit triples, it becomes 3 times p. So now you can easily solve these two equations, where you will get the answer as y equal to 2x. So when you put this, you will get the profit equal to 100%. Next, the length of the bridge which a train 130 meters long and traveling at 45 km per hour can cross in 30 seconds is. So a train 130-meter long crosses a bridge traveling at 45 kilometers per hour in 30 seconds. So what is the length of the bridge? So here the correct answer is 245. So here again you have to use the formula speed equal to distance upon time, but you should be aware what the distance actually is. So many people mistake here. So whenever a train is passing through a bridge, and you can assume the length of the bridge as x and the train is 130. So total distance that the train will cover after crossing the bridge will be the length of the bridge plus length of the train. So it will be 130 plus x. and then speed and time are given. So you can apply speed equal to distance upon time, and then you will find the value of x as 245. Now we move on to the logical reasoning type questions. So here this is given to you. Look carefully at the sequence of symbols to find the pattern. Select correct pattern. So this pattern is given to you, and then you have to find what pattern is suitable for this question mark. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here the correct answer is 3, this one. So here you can easily find this. So you can look at this pattern. There is a square, and beneath that there is a circle, then square and triangle, and then these two figures are there. So you can see that here this figure is converted to this one, where the square is outside and the circle is on top, and this is converted to this one where square is outside and triangle on top. So similarly these two will also follow the same thing. So here this comes from this triangle is there, and then top. So the next will be circle, and on top of that circle there will be the square. So by this way you can solve this question. You have to think what pattern these images are following. Next, again, dice related problem in logical reasoning. Two positions of a dice are shown. When 3 points are at the bottom, how many points will be at the top? So this is the point 3. So when this is at the bottom, what should be the face at the top? So this face will be at the top. So you have to find out what the value of this face is. So here the correct option is 4. So now you can clearly see that in the this figure is rotated by 90 degree. That is why 2 which is here comes here. So 4 is here. So when 3 is at the bottom, this face comes up. So this is adjacent to 2 only. 2, 4. So this is 2. So that is 4. So when 3 comes down, this face 4 which comes up. So that is how you can find this. Now next question is given. So here they have given a weighing balance. So 3 hammers make 1 bat, and in next 2 bat make 1 axe plus 1 hammer. In the next one they have written 2 axes will make 3 bats plus what question mark. That you have to tell which one will come. So the correct answer here is the hammer. So here I will just show you a trick which you can use to solve this question. So first of all, you can assign names to these figures. So you can see one is hammer, other is bat, other is axe. So you can assign names H, B and A, and then write equations. So like first one, 3 hammers equal to 1 bat. So you can write this 3H equal to B. Second one, 2 bats equal to 1X plus 1 hammer. 2B equal to A plus H. Then you can see that B equal to 3H. So you can replace it here. Then you will get A equal to 5H. So B equal to 3H and A equal to 5H. Then assign number 1 to the smallest. So the smallest here is H. So if you assign 1 to H, B equal to 3 and A equal to 5. So now you write the last equation. 2x, 2 into A. So A equal to 5. So 10 equal to 3 bats. 3 bats are equivalent to 3 into 3, 9. So what is left to make the equation equal? 1, and 1 is the value of H. So 1 hammer is required. So this is the right answer. So that is how you can solve this question, by making it into an equation. So next is find out the next alphabet. So alphabets are given to you A, D, I, P, and you have to find the next one. So here the correct answer is Y. So how I have found it? So see, whenever alphabets are given to you instead of numbers, what you can do is replace these alphabets by numbers corresponding to their alphabetical order. Like A is the first alphabet, so assign 1 to A. D is the fourth one, so 4 to D, 9 to this one, 16 to this one. So if you assign numbers, you will find the pattern 1, 4, 9, 16. So as you can see, this is the square of 1, square of 2, square of 3, square of 4. The next will be square of 5, which is 25. So 25th alphabet is Y. So that is how you can solve this alphabetical question. Next, calendar related logical reasoning question. It was Wednesday on February 1, 2006. What was the day of the week Feb 1, 2010? So Feb 1, 2006 they have given you, it was a Wednesday, and you have to predict what will be Feb 1, 2010. So the correct answer here is Monday. So here you can use certain tricks, or you can say formulas you should know. So a normal year consists of 365 days, which is equivalent to 52 weeks plus 1 day. So whenever you move on from one year to the other, the day, one day will be an odd day. So if Feb 1 2006 is Wednesday, then Feb 1 2007 would be a Thursday. But in case of leap year, there are 52 weeks plus 2 days. So there will be 2 odd days. And then every year, how you can find the leap year? Every year divisible by 4 is a leap year if it is not a century. So century means 100, 200, 300. But every 4th century is a leap year, and no other century is a leap year. So 400, 800, 1200, 600, 1600, 2000, these all are leap years. Other centuries like 2100, 1900, 1800 are not leap years. So here you can see that 2000 will be a leap year, so 2008 will also be a leap year. So one leap year will be there between 2006 to 2010. So number of odd days will be from 2006 to 2007 1, 2007 to 2008 1, 2008 to 2009 2, because it will be a leap year, and then again 1. So 5 days. So you can add 5 days to Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. So that is why Monday is the answer. Next, pointing to a photograph, Amit said, "He is the son of the only daughter of the father of my brother." How Amit is related to the boy in the photograph? So this is a blood related question, blood relation related. So the correct answer here is maternal uncle. So I will show you how you should solve this question. So you should make a kind of a flow chart starting from the first person moving to the last. So Amit said he is the only son of the only daughter of the father of my brother. So Amit, then brother, then father, then daughter, then son. So that means Amit's brother father. So Amit's brother father is also Amit's father. So this is redundant. And then Amit's father's daughter. So she is Amit's sister. And the boy in the photograph is the son of Amit's sister. So that means Amit is the maternal uncle of the boy in the photograph. So this is the right answer. So, but one thing you have to see that you should read this line, how Amit is related to the boy. So Amit is maternal uncle to the boy. And if the question would have been how boy is related to Amit, then the answer would have been nephew. Because some people find the right blood relationship, but then both the options are there and then they do not understand which relationship is the question asking. So if they are asking Amit's relation with the boy, so Amit is maternal uncle to boy. But if they are asking how boy is related to Amit, then boy is nephew of Amit. So that thing also you have to take care. So next again same type of question. Rita, who is the sister-in-law of Ashok, is the daughter-in-law of Kalyani. Dheeraj is the father of Sudeep, who is the only brother of Ashok. How Kalyani is related to Ashok? So the right answer here is none of these. This is because, see, here they are asking Kalyani's relation to Ashok. So in the question you will see that Rita, who is the sister-in-law of Ashok, is the daughter-in-law of Kalyani. So Rita is related to both Ashok and Kalyani in the question. So it is better to find Rita's relation with both of them. So Rita is daughter-in-law of Kalyani and sister-in-law of Ashok. So that clearly means that Kalyani is the mother of Ashok, and mother, no option is given. So it is none of these. Now we move on to the verbal reasoning type questions. So here you will be given some paragraphs or some words where you will have to find their meaning. So this is how verbal reasoning looks like. So I'll cover some of the questions. So a paragraph is given to you. 10 new television shows appeared during the month of September. 5 of the shows were sitcoms, 3 were hour-long dramas, and 2 were news magazine shows. By January, only 7 of these new shows were still on the air. 5 of the shows that remained were sitcoms. So you have to tell which of these uh, statements that have been given is correct related to the sentence. So only one of the news magazine shows remained on the air. Only one of the hour-long dramas remained on the air. At least one of the shows that was cancelled was an hour-long drama. Television viewers prefer sitcoms over hour-long dramas. So which one can be deduced based on the paragraph? So the correct option here is C. This is because they are saying that by January only 7 of these new shows were still on the air and 5 of them were sitcoms. So it has been written 3 were hour-long dramas. So at least one of the shows that was cancelled was an hour-long drama. Otherwise, you could have never got the answer as 7. So that is why this is the correct statement, which is in line with this paragraph. So next is, here are some words translated from an artificial language. So artificial language is given to you. So in that, min cable means saddle horse, Konovir means trail ride, cable llama means horse blanket. So which word could mean horse ride? So here you can easily deduce. So min cable means saddle horse, Konovir means trail ride, cable llama means horse blanket. So horse is coming twice. So check which word is coming twice. So here cable is there which is meaning horse. Here again cable is there which is meaning horse. So horse means cable in that language. And then we will check ride. So Kono Veer is given as trail ride. So Veer is ride. So cable Veer is the right answer. This is how you can solve this type of question. So next is, which word does not belong with the others? Extravagant, lavish, thrifty or prodigal? So here the right answer is thrifty, because extravagant, lavish and prodigal all means spending a lot of money, but thrifty means the opposite. So all these words are there which means same. Thrifty is the odd one out. Next again a paragraph is given. Yoga has become a very popular type of exercise, but it may not be for everyone. Before you sign yourself up for a yoga class, you need to examine what it is you want from your fitness routine. If you are looking for a high energy, fast paced aerobic workout, a yoga class might not be your best choice. This paragraph best supports the statement that, so now 5 statements are given to you. Again, you have to tell which statement is in line with the paragraph. So the correct answer here is, before embarking on a new exercise regimen, you should think about your needs and desires. Because here they have written, before you sign up for your yoga class, you need to examine what it is you want from your fitness routine. So this statement is correct. Next, they have given you a scenario. A country has been experiencing severe drought for the last 3 years, resulting into exodus of people from this country. So what are the courses of action government can take? They have been given. The government should immediately start food for work program in the country to put a halt to the exodus. The government should make sincere efforts to provide drinking or potable water to its residents. So which course of action you think is correct and the government should take? Only one, only two, either one or two, neither one or two, or both one and two? So here correct answer is both 1 and 2. So many people make mistake here that they write only 2 because they think drought is related to only water shortage, but that is not the case. Whenever drought occurs, there is shortage of water for agriculture also. So there is less food supply also. So food and water both are required. So that is why both 1 and 2 are the answer. Next, again, similar type of question. Lack of coordination between the university, its colleges, and various authorities has resulted in students ousted from one college seeking migration to another. So, courses of action that the university should take is, if a student is ousted from a college, the information should be sent to all the other colleges of the university. The admissions to all the colleges of the university should be handled by the university directly. A separate section should be made for taking strict action against students indulging in antisocial activities. So you have to tell which statement follows. So only 1, 2, 3, both 2 and 3, both 1 and 2. So correct answer here is only one follows, because see, if a student is ousted from college and you send the information to other colleges, then the statement which is there will not take place, because students will not be able to go to other colleges of the university, because those colleges will also have the information. So this is how you can verbally deduce this. So friends, these were the 20 questions, aptitude questions that I have covered. Three types of questions: maths, logical reasoning, as well as verbal reasoning. So I'm sure this video would have been helpful for you, and it has taken me a lot of effort to make this video. So please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.